So look at this hot, sexy, juicy male. Since Timmy started his streaming career, his life has been like a roller coaster. He wanted to be the best FPS players and he is really good with other games too. But now he's just retired from the everything and maybe he will sub during the LAN event. But last night he talked lots of things about his life and career. So I thought people need to know about that. So let's start the video with my boy, iiTzTimmy.
I know you're good at answering these type of questions. So what do you do? What do you think the meaning of life is? I think the meaning of life is just really being open-minded and just really trying to live, you know what I mean? Life is hard no matter where you are. I don't think it really gets any easier. Honestly, having an open mind and just adapt to whatever like change and shit that happens in your life and have some fun, you know? It's not always supposed to be so serious, even though every day feels like you need to be serious. I mean, the question of like, what's the meaning of life? I mean, it's always, it's person to person, you know what I mean? I think the main thing that you should do and you should focus on is like not being lazy, not being like okay with, like, I'm gonna be honest, like the past 6 years of me streaming, I've probably hated my life every second of it. You know, there have definitely been moments where I'm like, holy shit, this is really fun. This is really cool. But I have a mindset that really just is like, I don't like being the same, if that makes sense. Like, I like to keep growing. I really like to keep growing. I like becoming a better version of myself. It doesn't always have to be like in the same thing. You know what I mean? Like at first, when I was like, you know, when I was first starting off, I was just a gamer, you know what I mean? I just wanted to be the best player in the world. I wanted to be the best FPS player in the world. That's all I cared about, you know? And I strived to be that for like, you know, what, 2-3 years. And then as time slowly kind of went on, I was like, okay, wait, you know, I want to be able to kind of actually be like, able to speak. Like I wasn't that good of a speaker. I don't think I actually was able to like talk to people. If it wasn't the games, I literally did not know how to like conversate with people, you know? I was pretty antisocial. Like I can chill and hang, you know, but actually have like an actual conversation with somebody, that was like not happening. Fucking someone would talk about football, I'd be like, the fuck you talking about, bro? So then like a year, I just decided, I'm like, oh, you know, I wanted to be able to conversate more. So I went out more, went to more parties, you know, just try to talk to more people. And then things just keep changing, you know? Then fitness goals, life goals, mental health, so many different things. But I just hate being the same. I think my career has always like frustrated me. Even though I found a lot of success in my career, I've also like wanted to keep it growing and growing and growing, which is a very toxic trait to have. Just, it's good to have that, but it's also like really bad because I just never felt like I was good enough, you know? I always compared myself to others. I think in this last like 6 months, I started to like just care less, started to like focus more on myself and just stop caring about other people, stop paying attention to other people, only care about the people who want to like put energy into me. Obviously there's certain people that you still like try to talk to and yada yada, but just stay in my own lane, just focus on my own goals. Run your race and give yourself grace, my guy. Often do you see people claiming their lives suck or have it really bad just to get you to say something to them, or do you think it's genuine? I mean, I'm sure people I'm sure people like are fishing for like answers or, you know, like responses all the time. You know, like I'm sure also people are also sad and need some help, you know what I mean? But I don't think, realistically, I don't think you're gonna find your solutions by asking like a Twitch streamer or like a community that doesn't really like. It's one thing if it's a community that you've been in, and it's like, okay, here, hey bro, I got you, you know what I mean? You know, the only way to really fix those problems is like start loving yourself, which is the first step. Yeah, I mean, but even like Danger, I mean, you know, obviously I made it in some aspect, but where I am right now is not where I want to be, you know? Even though it's like I'm in a different position and I'm obviously in a very comfortable spot, you know? You know, your goals just change. You eventually, I think me as a person, I can actually like do a lot of things and learn pretty quickly. So maybe that's my talent at the end of the day that I was born with. But in terms of like FPS or shooters and stuff like that, I wasn't really that like exceptional, if that makes sense. Like sure, I got a higher, like I got global in CS, But like that was after like so many hours and hours and hours of gaming. And the same thing goes with like League. Like I wasn't just like magically fucking like diamond, you know what I mean? I was bronze for a season, bronze again, silver, then gold, then platinum, then diamond. Like I literally climbed each season, you know what I mean? And the amount of times that I was playing in those like seasons was an absurd amount. And like that's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was play games, play rank. You know, I'm not no casual player. I'm playing rank. How many is that there? Yeah, I always played rank, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's not only just about having that like competitive drive, it's also just like wanting to like adapt and learn and stuff like that. Like when I'm losing, like I'm paying attention of how I lost or how this guy's playing, or I'm watching YouTube videos of other pro players or streamers and seeing like, oh, like, hey, that was a cool trick that they did, you know, I'm going to try to do that myself, and then keep doing it over and over where now I learned that and now I know how to do that. So whenever I'm in a situation where like that same exact situation, I could replicate it, you know what I mean? And it's kind of just like I think the best way to explain it is you eventually make a playbook of just a bunch of different things and you just repeat them over and over and over. And that's exactly, if you watch my Valorant, I do almost the same thing every single game, every single map, roughly the same exact way. Sometimes I might change it up, you know what I mean? Depending if it's not working, or, you know, maybe I'm just fucking around, I'm not paying attention. But I realistically do the same thing on every single map on the same character, right? And I think tact shooters kind of teach you that a lot, about like you do the same thing over and over, and then when it stops working and they figure it out, you have to adapt and do something else. And once you get to a point where you have so much of that, you're such a flexible player that legitimately you don't really need to do like a skill set book or whatever, playbook. You kind of just figure it out on the way because you've done so many different variations of like, you know, plays that you're kind of just very flexible. And in my opinion, I think that is what makes you an exceptionally good player. And to do something like that, you just have to have passion. You legitimately just have to have so much passion that you want to do those things. You want to study those things. You know, like, you know, if you're kind of just getting on just to play and be like, oh my God, I killed a person, you know, you're never really going to learn. You're just kind of you're a for fun player, you know what I mean? But if you really want to get up there and you really want to do like be the best, you kind of have to think that you are the best as you're climbing. You're the best person in the lobby in your rank. You know, you don't have to be the best person in the world, but in that moment, you know, you're in that rank. You have to think that you're genuinely the best player and try to shit on every single person. And you know, when you have that mindset, you'll just literally keep climbing. And it takes a long time. You know, it's not a quick thing. It's not going to take like a year. It's not going to take 2 years to just become like, you know, the best player. Like at a pro level, it's going to take like 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I mean? Fuck, I've been doing this. I've been gaming since literally like FPS wise until middle school, you know? So it's like, how is somebody who is hopping on the game for the first time ever going to fucking beat me? You know what I mean? It's like they could, but it's gonna be hard, you know. Hopefully that answered your question. I think at the end, if you want it, you can do anything. Genuinely, I think that goes with anything in life. You don't have to be super talented. You just have to have like really, really hard work and determination. You can succeed and you can do it. It sucks failing. It sucks. You know, I've lost plenty of times. I've only lost actually. I've never won. Slowly and slowly, technically, I'm closer and closer to winning until I quit. Then now it's fucking over. GG.
Let me know your thoughts on this video in the comment section, and if you are new here, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more interesting video. Hasta la vista, baby.